Hello dear fans of embroidery. Fundamentally begin the first lesson on embroidery. And of course with the preparation of the sewing machine for embroidery. As I said, you can embroider on any home sewing machine, even manual. It's all just a matter of skill and practice. Of course the most convenient foot sewing machines. Here is my old friend, on whom I embroidered for 40 years. I think that many people have such cars, so I'll start with it. Before starting work, the machine must be prepared. 1. Remove the presser foot. Unscrew the fastening screw. 2. Move the stitch regulator to the 0 position. 3. Lower the teeth of the fabric motor so that they do not interfere with the free movement of the fabric and a tight fit to the needle plate during embroidery. Or cover it with a special embroidery plate. 4. Adjust the tension of the upper and lower threads. In this case, it is necessary to ensure that the tension of the lower thread is stronger than the upper one, since the interlacing of threads when embroidering should be on the wrong side. When embroidering, the needle is placed according to the thickness of the material and thread. For thin 75.80.85 for thick 90.100. Now we learn how to properly thread fabric into the hoop. I think that many people know how to do this. I want to emphasize only the main, very important things we did. 1. If the hoop is free, then the small ring should be wrapped with cut fabric into strips. 2. The material is stretched evenly on all sides, along the longitudinal and transverse threads without warping the fabric. The material is stretched very tightly, like on a drum. The tighter the material is tensioned, the easier it is to do embroidery, and the fabric will not pull together and jump behind the needle. It is very important. Now let's start learning how to operate a sewing machine. Draw 2 parallel lines at a distance of 3 to 4 millimeters. And some arbitrary spirals and circles. When the material in the hoop is brought under the needle, then before you start embroidering, you must lower the presser foot rod, so that the upper thread tension starts working. At the beginning, many people forget to do this because there is no paw. It's better to start practicing without threads. Move the hoop, coordinating the movements of your arms and legs. We move evenly along all contours. Learn to stop the car and start driving without using your hands. The technique of embroidery on a sewing machine requires slow synchronized movements, which are not easy to get used to at the beginning. Doing the exercises carefully in the beginning will help you quickly gain speed in your work. From my experience, within a week, basically everyone masters the technique of moving their arms and legs. When you feel that you can connect the threads to the machine, thread them into the machine and practice further by sewing different contours in one direction and back next to the previous line. When working with threads, you should be careful not to reverse the machine, as the thread will break. For more successful results, try laying a bead of thick thread number 10 along all contours and finishing it with a satin roller. Gradually, with the acquisition of skills and work, the speed will increase. Train, acquire a skill, and next time we will take you on hemstitching.
A few more words about specialty embroidery machines. The possibilities of these machines are not very much. Each machine is invested in a few programs, are mostly animals, flowers, ornaments, but masterpieces on them do not make. But on our old foot machines, yes. And then they started making electric sewing machines with variable speed control that you can embroider on. The changeover to embroidery is the same, only the lowering of the teeth is in a different place. Look at the instructions. But I still prefer to embroider on a foot machine, because the electric machine is not so sensitive. It is impossible to abruptly stop the stroke and put the needle in the right place. And that's where I'm going to end today. Practice, gain experience. I wish you much success in embroidery and see you soon.